How's it going up there, Judge?
It's going. I saw your text. We're almost done. There's one more session. How's everything there?
It's very quiet without you. I miss you.
Thank you for cleaning it up. It's very quiet means I'm the one that's keeping up a whole lot of racket. How does Monday look?
Well, it's going to be a long day, I think. A long morning, I think. Yeah.
And I love how you tried to clean that up. Thank you very much. They were doing a presentation on updates to the no fault laws. We don't get that many cases. I know that other courts do because they're basis for providers, but I don't think we get a lot.
Was it interesting?
It was interesting, but luckily they sent the PowerPoint around so I can read it. I can read the rest of it at my leisure. They have about 20 more minutes to go, but when I saw that Mr. Nunley was in the breakout room, I said, let me get back over here and get situated.
Yeah, they should be popping out any second. He just needed a few more minutes.
Yeah, I heard him go back in. And then I need to do the paperwork for Maria. I'll write on the ROAs for Maria for the other cases and this one so she can get the paperwork she needs to get. I'll do this one first so she can get her paperwork done. I met the new judge in Monroe.
No kidding.
Well, because I'm thinking about Judge Bronson, and I'm so appreciative that he was able to cover on Wednesday, and then again for Judge Oakley yesterday. So everything went fine. The exams went okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They actually hailed.
It hailed?
I said they actually hailed. They actually.
Oh yeah.
People. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Nunley, was that enough time for you?
It was. Thank you, Judge.
Just waiting for Romulus to pop out.
He had to go get the officer. So
Understood. Good morning. This is 210644 FY State of Michigan versus Michael David McCarron. Appearances, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Larry King for the people, P78774.
Royce Nunley appearing on behalf of the defendants.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment in this matter. Mr. Nunley, how are we proceeding? I'm sorry, Mr. McCarron, would you state your name for me, please?
Michael David McCarron.
Thank you. Mr. Nunley.
We would waive a formal reading of the charges and ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
The court has done that. Mr. McCarron, the next step in these proceedings will be the consideration for pretrial release. There is a recommendation from law enforcement that your bond be set at $1 million. That if you're able to post, that they're requesting the added conditions of GPS tether and no controlled substances or alcohol. Mr. King, was there anything else you wanted to say on the matter of bond?
Your Honor, with the understanding of law enforcement's recommendation, the people would request remand status in this case. The defendant has an extensive criminal history. He was only released from prison 2 months ago. It's my understanding he does not currently have a place to stay. I think he is a risk to the community. I think he is a flight risk. He is under MDOC supervision. and would be on an MDOC hold, regardless of what bond is set at in this case. But given the nature of the charges and the defendant's extensive history, the people request remand.
Mr. Nunley,
Yeah, so we understand that these are some very serious charges, but he is presumed innocent until proven guilty. What MDOC is going to do because he's on parole, I don't think at this time nobody knows. It's been my experience that sometimes when people are on parole, MDOC comes right away. And then there's other times where MDOC just kind of forgets about people or doesn't do anything about their parole status. Now, I mean, a remand or even $1 million bond, I mean, that's pretty much just going to guarantee that he's going to be in there during the pendency of these proceedings. He understands that the charges are very serious. We would ask the court to consider a lesser amount to give him an opportunity with the GPS tether, of course, but to give him the opportunity to be on the outside to work on his defense to these matters. He has been sitting in jail now for 7 days. And I did notice that one of the counts, or maybe 3 of them, even the criminal sexual conduct counts from incidents that allegedly happened in February of 2019. And it was just charged here, in the last couple of days. So the state waited over 2.5 years to bring those charges, which I think raises some significant speedy trial issues. But that being said, he's respectfully asking the court to consider a lesser bond amount, something that would be in the realm of possibility to allow him to be out and defend against these charges during their pendency.
thank you, Mr. Nunley, and I appreciate the argument. The court does understand.
Yeah, I make a request of the court, Your Honor. I apologize to cut you off. There should be 2 files. Is this correct?
I have a single file, case number 210644FY.
So Judge, if you get the same package I did, the PDF, because I almost missed it too. If you scroll down and down and down and down, then you get to another charging document that has a few other counts on there: criminal sexual conduct, 2nd degree, child abuse, 4th degree, assault and battery.
Right. The reason this case has come to me is related to the homicide charges. There is a second case charging the child sexual abuse charges. So there should be 2 cases. I'm appearing at arraignment on both of them today. However, they'll be handled obviously by separate units in our office.
That second case number is 210645FY. With the offense date again of February 25th, 2019.
Just wanted to be clear on that, and I apologize again for interrupting, Your Honor.
Please interrupt when the court's not accurate, Mr. King.
Thank you.
Mr. Nunley, what I was starting to say was that I do appreciate the argument, and Mr. McCarron is, of course, presumed innocent unless proven guilty on these charges. But based on the facts that appear on the recommendation sheet, that being that Mr. McCarron was just paroled on June 29, 2021, and that he does not have a stable address, in as much as the hotel where he was living is in fact where the offense from August 7, 2021 is alleged to have occurred. This court is going to remand Mr. McCarron at this time. His next appearance will be the PCC probable cause conference on August the 25th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. And that will be with Judge Oakley. Both cases will be on that date.
That was the 21st at 8:30 a.m., Your Honor?
25th, sir.
25th. Thank you, Your
There was not an independent bond recommendation that I saw in the second file, that 645 case. I don't know if it makes much difference given the remand in the 644 case.
And my argument would be the same on both files, Your Honor.
And Mr. Nunley, while I understand that you want to represent your client, I presume that your record would be the same. But again, as much as the remand is in the 644, I don't know that a different bond in the 645 case would be,
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Okay.
if the bond on the first case wasn't what it was, then I would probably ask for further argument, but it being what it is, I think it's kind of, it doesn't really matter, right?
thank you, Mr. Nunley. Lieutenant Jackson, anything else from Romulus?
No, Your Honor, this was the only file today. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We'll see you, Mr. McCarron, on the 25th. Thank you much.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Nunley. Everyone have a great day.
See
You too,
guys.
sir. Man, I got an email from Maria that there's another one. Roberts, no MIDC from Huron. She's calling Huron. I'm gonna make some notes. I got an email from Carol McAuliffe.